Hey guys, today we're gonna recreate sounds from 2hollis and Nate Sib song Afraid. So let's start with the lead sound. This is actually a preset from my hyperpop Serum 2 bank, but I'll show you how to make it from scratch. In oscillator A, select triangle, add white noise, at 16%, route above oscillator and noise to the filter, set cutoff at 1.6K and drive at 80%. Now we're gonna shape the first envelope, set attack to 82 and increase the curve. Hold at 170, decay at 235 milliseconds, sustain to 0 and release to around 230. Route first envelope to the cutoff, set it at around 20%. Now change the stereo of the noise to the 100. Now let's go to the effects. Add tube distortion at 16%. Add multiband compressor, minus 19 dB, ratio 3:1, attack around 150 and release at 100. Add hyper with 12% rate, unison at 2, detune at 20, retrigon 40% mix. In dimension, change size to 0 and change the mix to 40. Now let's add delay, change the mode to milliseconds, set left channel to around 3 milliseconds and right channel to the 13 and mix all the way up. And last effect is whole reverb with all knobs set to 0 and set the mix at 42%. Now we're gonna recreate the bass. Let's start with init preset. We're gonna set triangle wave on both oscillators, set octave to -1. On the oscillator B, change semi to +7 and fine to 1. Now increase the unison on both oscillators to 2. On oscillator B, change the blend to around 44 and random to 0 and level to 54. Turn down the detune on both oscillators, route oscillators to the filter and choose MG low 18. Cutoff to 11K, drive at 22, set voicing to mono and porta to around 200. Now we're gonna add the effects. Let's start with distortion at default settings. Next, multiband compressor with ratio 1:4. Turn down attack and release. Add 9 dB gain and decrease the low end gain by 2 dB. Next, add the hyper. Set the rate at 8%, unison at 2, detune at 45, retrigon, and mix all the way up. Now let's add a dip in the EQ at 170 with a Q at 50 and gain at -7. Add utility and made frequencies below 100 mono. Add compressor with threshold at around -17, ratio 3:1, attack at 0, release at 300 and 6 dB gain. Now add another multiband compressor with threshold at 16.5, ratio 2:1, attack and release at 0, and 5 dB gain. Now we're gonna add filter to get rid of the high-end hiss. Choose MJ low 18, cutoff at around 5K, drive at 7, and the last effect is an EQ with 2 dips. First one is at 328 and the second at around 130. Set the left EQ to -9 dB and the right one at -0.4. And sound is ready. Now we're gonna make the keys. Let's start with init preset, change oscillator type to multi-sample, and in factory choose baby ground piano LE. Route oscillator to the filter, set cutoff to 574, turn up the drive to 80%, change LFO type to Chaos Lawrence, turn on free and mono, change rate to 0.3 Hz, and set range at 21%. Increase the attack to around 2 milliseconds, hold at 43, decay to 570, sustain to 0 and release to 23. Now assign envelope 1 to the cutoff and set it to 23%. Now let's add the effects. Let's start with distortion at default settings, multiband compressor, ratio 3:1, attack 190, release at 100, decrease the volume of mids by 2 dB. Next, add overdrive distortion, change the stack to 9, drive at 9%, and mix at 13%. Now add the hyper effect, rate at 12, unison at 2, detune at 20, retrigon, and mix at 45. To make it super wide, we're gonna add the delay, change the mode to milliseconds, left channel to 1 millisecond, and on the right channel 7.7 milliseconds. And feedback at 20. Next, another multiband compressor, and in this one we only decrease the gain of highs by 2 dB. Now whole reverb, low cut at 18, and high cut at 0, size, pre-delay and decay to 0, and mix at 24. Actually, I make a small mistake. The mix in hyper should be at 100, not 45, and the sound's ready. Now I'm gonna make the ARP, but it doesn't sound the same, so treat it like some type of idea, not the exact remake. Change the type of the oscillator A to granular. In factory synth, choose DX Brass 1, set scan rate to 0, dance to 9.96 grains, length to 273. In envelope, set the decay to 87 and sustain to 0. Now let's enable the ARP, go to the editor, set the shape to converge, transpose to thumb up, rate to 132, shift to 12, then go to the FX section, add distortion, and set the drive to 34, add multiband compressor with default settings, and change the low-end gain reduction ratio to 50%. Now we're gonna add equalizer with high pass filter, Q at 35 and frequency at 175. Now add another multiband compressor with default settings, then convolve, choose 10M scatter, turn on minimum phase, set decay to 241, IR gain to -3, mix to 100. The last effect is whole reverb, decay to minimum, and mix to 40%. And the sound is done. Actually, I forgot to change the range to 1. Now the sound is ready. You can find all these presets in my Hyperpop Serum 2 preset bank. Link is in the description, so check it out. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Peace.